Hi, I'm Megan. Today I want to tell you about Lucifer. I chose to read Lucifer #1 as my son and I have really enjoyed the television show and I was interested in checking out the source material. After reading the first issue, I found there to be very little crossover between the television show and the comic book. But that's okay. I was very interested in it, and my son has both omnibus editions, so I'll definitely be continuing to read it. The Lucifer comic series ran for 6 years, from 2000 to 2006. It had a total of 75 issues. The main theme of it is free will and how free it actually is. I was raised with religion, but I'm no longer religious. Stories that deal with religion, especially the seedy underbelly, are very intriguing to me and are some of my favorite things to read. So Lucifer #1 was written by Mike Carey and illustrated by Scott Hampton. It was released in June of 2000 by Vertigo. Originally, Lucifer had been introduced in the Sandman comics by Neil Gaiman, but he got his own spin-off series as he was a popular character. The first issue takes place after Lucifer has fallen and Lucifer has quit being the ruler of hell. He is now living on Earth, and he originally started in Australia but came to Los Angeles, and that is his new home. No irony to be found there. He appears to be content running a nightclub, living with his mistress, and taking delight in earthly pleasures. And that is the basic setup. And then we enter into the hero's journey, which we can analyze here. Lucifer is definitely an anti-hero. I mean, he is the devil after all. But we first meet him in his ordinary world, and then enters his brother, Amenadiel, who is also an angel, to call him to his quest, which for this is to investigate an increasing number of granting of wishes. There's definitely some supernatural power at work here, and it is unknown who is granting all these wishes and why. God does not want to take a direct hand in this investigation. He wants it to be done quietly and calls on Lucifer to act. Originally, Lucifer balks at this, but he does end up agreeing after Amenadiel talks to him for a bit. Now, in our hero's journey, we usually expect some supernatural or some powerful force or talisman to aid our hero on their quest. But Lucifer does not need this. He is a superpower unto himself and is capable of undertaking this. And this is just the first issue, so there is no resolution to the story, unfortunately. He does not directly have any allies or guides or friends introduced yet, but if the comics and the television show have anything in common, Lucifer and Amenadiel will forge a much stronger relationship and truly end with one of brotherly companionship. And Amenadiel does serve as his guide in that medium anyway. This issue ends with Lucifer entering hell to further the investigation, and that is something he never thought he would do again. But due to his quest, that is where he goes. And this comic book series does appear to be rather popular, especially among readers of Sandman. It has very favorable reviews and high ratings across several websites. And, as I said, I've only read the first issue, but he's a very interesting character. He's witty and charming and full of angst. I think his journey will be a pleasure to read, and I look forward to exploring his hero's journey further in the future.